Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive on, outdoor living and design with a company called Hongmao Garden.
Okay.
Um, I'm pretty interested already because they're like a top seller on the German Amazon marketplace,
Hmm.
which, Germany's known for its high standards.
Right, right.
So we've got some cool sources here.
Yeah.
Um, we've got a compilation of top German garden exhibitions,
Okay.
and then some notes on what makes Hongmao Garden a really great partner to work with.
Cool. Yeah. Let's dive into those exhibitions first.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty huge events. They attract a global audience. Anyone in the outdoor industry is going to be there.
Absolutely. And, looking at this source here, 10 Theo,
Yeah.
just the size of some of these is crazy.
Arr.
Like Spoga plus GAFA in Cologne.
Yeah.
Apparently the biggest garden and BBQ trade fair in the entire world.
It's the place to be if you're in the industry. You
Yep.
know, companies from all over showing off their latest stuff, trying to, be innovative. But it's not just about the products. It's
Mhm.
about setting trends, seeing where the future of outdoor living is headed.
It really seems like, each exhibition has its own focus.
Yeah.
Like Demo Park.
Yeah. Down part.
All about green space maintenance, so
Mhm.
landscaping equipment and tools, techniques, that sort of thing.
It's very specialized,
Yeah.
but it shows you how seriously they take their green spaces over there. It's not just about looking pretty.
Right.
It's got to be functional and sustainable.
Yeah.
And then you've got things like International Grüne Woche Berlin,
Sorry?
which brings together gardening, agriculture, and even food industries.
Oh, wow.
It's all connected.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
It seems like it'd be completely overwhelming to go to one of these.
Oh, absolutely. It's a sensory overload, but in the best way possible.
Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah.
But how does this all tie back to Hongmao Garden?
So this is interesting. Hongmao Garden's been at Spoga plus GAFA every year from 2022 to 2024.
Oh, wow.
They're really committed to staying on top of the industry and reaching a global audience.
Okay. Yep.
Makes sense, considering they want to expand internationally.
That's a good point. And it lines up with these notes about what makes them stand out.
Right.
So first off, they got 17 years experience in the industry.
Wow.
That's a long
Well,
time.
you can't fake that kind of experience. That's huge, especially in a field like outdoor solutions.
Right.
You need things to last, to work well.
Yeah.
They've had time to perfect their designs, test them, really understand what people need.
And speaking of what people need, they offer custom designs.
Oh, wow, really?
It's not just picking from a catalog. You can actually work with them to get something unique for your space.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Really customer-centric. You don't see that very often in this industry.
For sure. And looking at this, it looks like that approach goes beyond just the design.
Okay.
These notes are emphasizing a commitment to customer satisfaction through the whole process, from like the initial consultations to any support you need after you buy something.
I mean, that's key these days, People
Yeah.
don't just want a good product. They want a good experience.
Yeah.
Sounds like Hongmao Garden gets that.
Yeah, it's like they're borrowing from those luxury brands,
Yeah.
where every step of the way is like really thought out.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about the whole journey, not just the purchase itself.
So remember we said they're a top seller on German Amazon?
Yeah.
That's huge, considering how competitive that marketplace is.
It really shows how much people love their products.
Yeah.
They've clearly struck a chord with people who care about quality and it's not easy to do that, especially in a market like Germany with such high standards.
Right. It's like they've figured out exactly what German consumers are looking for when it comes to outdoor living.
Exactly. And that makes me wonder, if they've nailed it in Germany, what could that mean for them globally?
Yeah.
Could their approach to quality design and customer service become like the new standard for the industry?
That's a really interesting question. And before we get too deep into that, I think it's worth talking about what Hongmao Garden actually sells.
Yeah, for sure.
So their product range includes bin storage boxes, mailboxes, package boxes, and raised beds.
Wow, so it's pretty diverse.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like they've got everything you need to make your outdoor space look good and work well.
It seems like their products are designed to address a whole range of needs.
Yeah.
I mean, from hiding your trash to creating a beautiful and functional garden, they've got it all.
And their focus on sustainability seems to be a big part of their product development.
Yeah, for sure. Nowadays, people really care about the environment.
Right.
And Hongmao Garden is, on top of that, they're incorporating sustainable practices into their whole production process.
We've got a company with tons of experience. They really get what customers want. They've been super successful in a tough market, and they're committed to sustainability.
Yeah. It's a pretty impressive story.
It is, but what's really interesting to me is their success in Germany. That says a lot about them. They've tapped into something special, a set of values and preferences that really matter to a culture that's all about detail, quality, and design. And it makes me wonder
What's that?
if their success in Germany is kind of a sign of what's to come.
Hmm.
Like, could this be the start of, a global shift towards these more sustainable, more customer-focused outdoor solutions?
It's definitely possible. I mean, Germany has always been ahead of the curve when it comes to, sustainable practices and good design.
Right.
So if they're doing well there, it's a pretty good indication that they're onto something big.
Yeah, and what if, like, more companies start doing the same thing?
Right.
Focusing on sustainability and
Yeah.
giving their customers these really personalized experiences?
Yeah.
Could this be like a whole new era for the outdoor living industry?
I think it could be. It's all about raising the bar, showing everyone what's possible.
Right.
Imagine like every outdoor space not only looks good and works well, but it's also good for the environment and tailored to the people using it.
That sounds amazing.
It does, doesn't it?
So for our listeners who might be hearing about Hongmao Garden for the first time,
Yeah.
what are the key takeaways here? What really makes this company special?
Well, for me, it's their experience. They've been doing this for a long time,
Right.
and they really focus on their customers, making sure they're happy every step of the way.
Yeah,
And they're committed to sustainability. That's a big one.
for sure.
It's not just about selling products. It's about creating an experience.
And don't forget their track record.
Yeah.
I mean, being a top seller on German Amazon, that's not easy.
Exactly. It shows they're not all talk. They actually deliver.
They do. And so if you're listening and you're kind of intrigued by what you've heard,
Yeah.
how can you learn more about them and their products?
Well, they have a great website.
Okay.
You can see everything they offer, learn about the company, get some design inspiration, even read what other customers are saying.
Cool. What's the website?
It's www.hongmeigarten.com.
Perfect. And I think they also have a direct contact if anyone wants to reach out, ask questions, maybe even talk about custom designs.
Oh, yeah, they do. You can email them at katrina@hongmeigarten.com.
Awesome. We'll put all those links in the show notes so you can find them easily.
Great.
So as we wrap up this deep dive on Hongmao Garden,
Yeah.
what's like one big question you want to leave our listeners with?
Okay, so given how well they're doing in Germany, a market that's really tough to crack,
Right.
what if this is the future of the whole industry?
Hmm.
What if their focus on sustainability and the customer experience becomes the new normal?
That's a really interesting thought. Like they're setting a new standard, showing everyone what's possible.
Yeah, and what do you think, listener?
Yeah.
Could this be the start of a global movement towards, outdoor living that's both stylish and responsible?
It's definitely something to think about. And who knows, maybe your next outdoor project will be inspired by what we've talked about today.
I hope so.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Hongmao Garden.
It was my pleasure.
We hope you're feeling inspired to create some amazing outdoor spaces that are as beautiful as they are sustainable. Until next time, happy gardening, everyone. It's wild to think that like bin storage boxes and mailboxes can lead to this whole conversation about, the future of outdoor living.
Yeah, it just shows that innovation can come from anywhere.
Right.
And that even like the most basic stuff can be well designed, made with quality and keeping the customer in mind.
Absolutely.
Hongmao Garden's story proves that people care about those things, especially in a market like Germany.
Yeah, they've taken something so simple, like a bin storage box,
Right.
and turned it into a statement about how we can live better outdoors, both in terms of style and sustainability.
Exactly. And for our listener, maybe this deep dive has given you some ideas.
Yeah.
Maybe you're looking at your own backyard or patio and thinking, how can I make this better?
Yeah, more functional, more stylish, more eco-friendly.
Exactly.
And maybe you're even thinking, hey, I need a Hongmao Garden solution in my life.
If you are, we definitely recommend checking out their website.
Okay, what's the website again?
It's www.hongmaogarden.com.
Perfect. And I think they have a direct contact too, right?
Oh, yeah. If you have any questions or want to talk about custom designs, you can email them at katrina@hongmaogarden.com.
Awesome. We'll be sure to include all that in the show notes.
Great.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Hongmao Garden,
Yeah.
any final thoughts for our listeners?
I think the big takeaway here is that Hongmao Garden is setting an example,
Okay.
showing the world that you can create outdoor spaces that are beautiful, functional, sustainable, and personalized.
And they're proving that it works. They're successful.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
It was my pleasure.
We hope you learned something new and feel inspired to create your own amazing outdoor spaces. Until next time. Happy gardening, everyone.